Hey guys, this is Jeff from Evans Tuning, and this episode of Daily Tune, we're going to be doing a 2015 Camaro SS. It has long tube headers, X-pipe, pulleys, cold air intake, and a cam and valve spring upgrade. It's been previously tuned by another shop. We're going to do a baseline pull, see what it puts down, do a full retune on it, and then we're going to try to see what before and after gains can be had. You know, possibly other drivability issues resolved that it has right now. So let's get to it. Without going with like a supercharger, not a whole lot. You know, what you got done is pretty much the normal bolt-on and then a cam, and that's going to get you most of your gains out of this. You might be able to go put a hotter cam in it, but you'll lose drivability. So then it, you know, I mean, it won't be fun to drive on the street. You know.
My buddy had methanol kit he was trying to sell to me, but I was like, well, I looked at it and everybody says it's only really good for if you have a pro-charger and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, if you're supercharger turbo, that would help, but for this, it's, yeah.
I figured it turned out.
Yeah, it's not gonna be worthwhile at all. Oops.
Yeah.
We're putting in a O2 sniffer for the wideband so that I'm able to monitor air fuel. These cars typically don't have an extra O2 bung to add the sensor in the pipe, so put it as a sniffer, and it's pretty accurate under full throttle. So use a Motec PLM wideband sensor. This is by far the most reliable wideband controller I've used for the last 10 years. The thing just doesn't die. It's worth the money you spend on them, even though it's extremely expensive. So we have the car all strapped on the dyno, ready to go. We're going to do a baseline pull because this car was previously tuned by another shop. It's not running quite right. I don't know exactly what's wrong with it. I haven't even looked at the tune yet. So we'll do the baseline pull, be able to do our tune, our custom tune, and then you know, see the before and after difference. I don't know how much it's going to make a difference full throttle, but drivability I usually can improve quite a bit. And I'll have to see what kind of tune they've done. Typically on a cammed or force induction jam car, I usually go with a straight speed density tune. Normally they are a hybrid between mass airflow and speed density, but with a cammed car, there's a lot of reversion, and it gets across the map sensor, which can skew the fueling. Going to a speed density actually gives it much better, more accurate fueling and smoother driving, a lot smoother driving. So that's probably my guess. The way the car runs, it was probably tuned on just mass airflow alone. We'll see when I open up the tune and see what they've done. But you know, right now we'll do baseline. See how it goes. So we just did the baseline pull. Looks like the put down right around 480, 482, and the torque is around 440. So I'm gonna plug in with the HP tuners and see what's going on, and then we're gonna do a custom tune. So I went in with HP tuners and I've read the original file, the tune file from the other place, and it looks like they've taken the easier way out with tuning, and they've done it with the straight off the mass airflow sensor. Why this is, it works, the car will run and it'll do what it needs to do. Oftentimes there's drivability problems. So what I'm gonna do is convert this car to a full speed density tune. It takes probably 2 to 3 times longer to tune it, but it is, I feel, the proper way to tune a cammed car, cam GM car specifically. So I'm gonna go in now and enable all the speed density features. I have to do a full rewrite for the processor. It's gonna take about 6 minutes, and then we can get started with the tuning process. Now, that's all been applied. It's gonna be 9,000 RPM. Bunch of zeros. So right now I'm going through and I'm building the speed density map. I have a lot of other calibration files that I've done on a lot of other cams, Gen 4, E38 specific PCMs. So I'm transferring a lot of the data that I've already developed into this calibration file to get the process started. It would be much quicker. Otherwise, it would be a couple hours. Looking at what the other tuning shop had done, you know, they tuned it on mass airflow, and I mean, in my opinion, that's hitting the easy button on a car like this. You know, if you've done a bunch of them with a similar kind of cam package, you probably would throw a file in it, make a pull or two in the dyno, and send it out the door, which is my guess of what happened with this. You know, my personal opinion, it's not the right way to do it. Everybody has their own opinion. Like I said, it will run the car, but I think it drives much smoother and better, and you get more control doing it full speed density tune. So, building the map, and I'll flash it here in a couple minutes, and then we'll get tuning process started. Does it not want to start at all? Weird. Whatever. I just got to transfer some more data between one file to another. It's really odd. So I just converted the car to speed density tune. You know, now it actually needs to be tuned. So we do know a lot of the drivability stuff on the dyno here. Before I do the power pulls, to get the volumetric efficiency or the fuel map built, and to make sure all the fueling's accurate before we go and we worry about the full throttle. So the process is going to take a little bit. It might take, you know, half hour to an hour on the dyno doing steady state loading. But once I build the map, then we'll do full throttle, and then we'll start doing some pulls. So here we go. So I've went through, I've done all the part throttle tuning, and built a volumetric efficiency map for the speed density tune. I've already done a few full throttle pulls, dialed in my power enrichment and my VE map based on full throttle. So now I have a nice blended fuel map, and I'm hitting my target power enrichment, air fuel. I'm able to make, it looks like about another 15 to 20 horsepower over the previous tune. I picked up a bunch of bottom end torque between like 2,000 to 3,000. It's not a substantial difference, but the car should drive much, much better. I still have a few things to kind of iron out with the tune here. I'm gonna go through those, we're gonna pull it off and see how it drives. I just wrapped up tuning this 2015 Camaro SS. We picked up about 20 horsepower up top and about 35 foot-pounds between 2,000 to 3,000 over the other tune that was previously done by another shop. I converted it from mass airflow to speed density, so the drivability should be much better. I worked out a bunch of idle airflow tables, so now the idle, if you rev it, it comes right back to the target idle, really solid. So we're gonna go just test drivability and see how everything is. So thanks for watching. Catch our next Daily Tune episode coming up shortly. You never know what you're gonna find on our channel.